Hello, Liza, how do you do? I'm writing you a letter, I hope it reaches you. I know it's been a long time since you heard from me. I'm still kicking around here in Tennessee.
Getting drunk from 7 to 3, overindulged in a flesh like it's free. We're on a fast ride where monkeys killing time with machines. Making love that we don't even feel. You don't even notice if it's her or it's me. But somewhere deep in it's cutting like a knife, so you just kill it with the one. All of a sudden you are free. You call your mom and say, hey, it's me. I just need some more mommy money. I'm gonna spend it, filling up my house, my face, my body, and my tongue, 'cause I just wanna feel good. Using all that's left, somewhere in your chest, on your sweetheart hidden mist. Uh-oh. Somewhere in your chest, somewhere in your chest, using all that's left. Somewhere in your chest, all your sweetheart hidden. Oh. Getting drunk from
Well, that was weird. Don't really know what happened there, but that was No sound on the intro. Whatever. That's okay. Welcome to the two or three people that are going to actually be here. Um, I didn't do my normal the start 30 minutes ahead, and I did not do and I didn't spam it all over the internet. If we have mods in and you guys can spam it over in the various discords, that would be awesome. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's okay. But you know, it's been a busy day. It's going to be a busier day for me. I actually was planning on canceling this show because I have a meeting that I need to prep for. I feel like I'm pretty well prepped for it, but it's you never know. You just you just never know. And so we'll see how this works out, and it'll be good. It's going to be good. And welcome to everyone in the chat. We are going to talk business today. We're going to talk a bunch of different things. We're going to mainly because that's what I'm doing today. Is I'm doing business stuff, and I know that it seems like the further I go with the business stuff, the more um, or the less. So it seems like maybe I lose a few people because I'm not creating a bunch of drama. I'm not creating a bunch of nonsense, I guess is the right word. But we have a place for that. We have a show for that. The show last night was really good. We talked a lot about business and why you should do what you should do, and where you should go in business. So I have a meeting with the seller of a business and his broker today, right after this show. It's going to be exciting. It is a pretty decent sized deal for an individual, just a mere mortal like myself. And one of the questions I got via email, which we'll dive into in a minute. I want you guys to think about this for a minute. Is why would somebody that retired 10 years ago and doesn't necessarily need to go back into any kind of work or business or anything like that, why would you do that? And some really good reasons for that, and we're going to get into that really shortly. And in the meantime, I'm going to recognize that we have Damien, Serene, Tiki Tack, Coco Shuko, something. I can't read the rest of it. And TR Finley in the chat today. And Dano. Welcome, Dano. Good to see you back, sir. If you can, like, subscribe, share the show. Hit the notification bell. Apparently, I'm pretty sure that I'm at least partially shadow banned, and people are not getting notifications when I go live. They're not getting some of the stuff I send out through the various YouTube means, and that's disconcerting to me. It could just be the algorithm pushing me down because I've had fairly low attendance lately, and that my numbers are off a little bit. But part of the reason my numbers are off, it feels like, is I'm not getting promoted as much as I was. I'm going to run another promotion through YouTube coming up. I just need to get a really good clip that is suitable for YouTube. So YouTube is very specific about it, and about the type of promotion you can run. And so I gotta make that work. And in the meantime, guys, spam it out there. Tell your friends. Bring a buddy. Um, and show up and show out. And let's make the show great again. It's been pretty good, but it can be better. So I mean, we've had mods say that they aren't getting the notifications when I go live. Moderators for the channel. So it's very interesting. I don't know that look, I'm new to YouTube. I'm not gonna claim to be some pro that knows everything there is to know about it, and certainly I don't have the pull some other creators do when they go live. And it could be that just I've made myself, maybe I've burned some bridges, maybe I've burned some bridges in the YouTube algorithm by saying certain things or taking certain positions or whatever. Sorry, it is what it is, and that's the yeah. So um, different than reporting for duty. Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. But it's just a different. This thing really feels like it feels like YouTube is unhappy with me. We'll see. We'll find out. But anyway, uh, so I do have a meeting later today. It's You may have noticed last Thursday I also had a meeting. That was a different deal. This is a deal that we've only been working on for a little while now, and I want to go back to the question I asked at the when I was doing the intro. If someone why would you want to re-engage after retirement, right? And we all probably know people that do this, even though they don't need to, or maybe um, they could do some small thing and it'll be fine. But we often see that people retire and then they take a few years, get bored or whatever, and go right back in to the go back into the workforce or some format of that. And that can take various forms, right? Like we all know people who become greeters at Walmart because they just want to be out there and hang out and meet people all day. They're very social people. um, we also I'm sure we've had relatives or friends that retire, um, get just cannot sit still long enough, and then they start a business or they start a hobby that becomes a business. And this seems to be the way it is, especially for me. I really can't sit still. I really can't not push forward, even if forward is maybe a little sideways. So about a year, well, so for the past 3 years, um, I have spent a fair amount of energy building an empire, right? Like, and making that something that I can leave my sons. Um, if something happened to me, that everybody would be okay, and all of the reasons, right? All of the things. And so, and my wife is the same way. My wife is of the same mindset. We're working together on this, uh, and so the past couple of years, it's been buying real estate, rehabbing it, getting it set up for rental, and letting it just renting it out. Last year, it was we added value to the home we live in. We built a sunroom, heated floor. It's a beautiful sunroom, really. So we built that last year, and this year, partially because I think my wife wants to change the trajectory of her career slightly. Um, this year, we're looking at buying another business. And we've bought businesses before, but this is the next level of that. And it requires some sophistication. And last night we talked a lot about how you could do that, and how I think that should um, most people should at least work really hard to kind of become the master of their craft, and maybe at some point be their own boss, and or be a manager, or higher up in the whatever sphere they operate in. Some people never will, but there's a group of people who want to excel, and I think we all ought to. I think that it used to be normal for us to do that, right? You would go to work on someone's farm to learn how to farm, and you would save your money, and then you would buy a farm, right? Um, the and you would the same thing would be true if you were, if you wanted to be a rancher. You'd go out and you'd cowboy for a while, and you would learn all the different aspects of running the ranch, and then you would go buy your own little place. Maybe you start out with 20 acres and a little one bedroom shack, and then you would build that up into a big cattle farm or ranch or whatever. And the same thing goes for, people who were engineers. They would work for a factory and they would learn all the ins and outs, and then they would open their own factory. Maybe they would open it, started out in their garage at home, and they would move into something bigger, right? And then you had guys like even Steve Jobs, who is a weirdo guy, but and he wasn't obviously doing it in retirement, but he was at the point where he was going to have to go get a job. Like, his parents were sick of him, you know, trying to start a business in their garage selling computers, and I think he started 3 times and failed until the last time, and he hit upon it, and he built that into something really cool. And not everybody's going to be able to do that, but you really should. If you're any kind of craftsman, if you're any kind of leader, then you should angle to own your own business, or to be a partnership in a business, right? And I get that imperious. And I said kind of the same thing, and then I 10 years, I'm ready to get back in. I've got to. I need that little bit of, not aggravation, but I need that little bit of some, feeling of accomplishment, of getting something done. Um, and look, a lot of this is just strictly building an empire, right? It's an acquisition, and we've got plans. We're looking very specifically, very tactically. Um, and as young men and women, or even older men and women, but especially young men and women, you should start thinking that way. And one of the things I think, and so I got the email yesterday. I was talking, or I guess it was this morning sometime. Um, the the question was, is why would you get back in? You're out. Why go back in? Well, because I feel the need to create something. I feel the need to build something. I feel the need to expand my empire, right? And so I just it's just an interesting thing. I think that most people really feel that way. So I've got this meeting this afternoon, and it's for a smaller business, and small being relative, right? It I think I said last night it does about 1.7, 1.8 in revenue. Uh, right now it's looking to hit a little over that, maybe 2.3. Um, and this year it's going to cash flow about $750,000, and that money is uh, dispersed out to the owner at the end of the year. And so if you're, you know, that's that's pretty good, right? Um, Now, could you make more in a career? Absolutely. You can go be a banker. You could be a very specific type of lawyer or doctor, and you could easily make 750 to $1 million a year, um, working for someone else. You wouldn't really be working for someone else. You would be working under a firm, and you would have your own clients, and those clients would pay your firm, and you would get a percentage of that. Um, and so that's possible. But this, owning a business of this type, that I'm going into, is it's new to me, which is part of the challenge. I wanted something new. I didn't want to do the same thing. um why are they getting outside? No, they're selling. The guy's retiring. So this is something I don't know that I said last night. I think I brushed up against it, but I didn't really go down this path. One of the problems we have in this country right now is we have a large segment of society that have created excellent businesses, excellent businesses, and they are aging out. Imperius, senior partner at a partner at Goldman Sachs made 12 paid themselves 12 million last year. So get on that train, bro. Make that effort. I think his bonus check was like 7, something like that. Anyway, it's all public record. You can go look. At any rate, if you the reason that this guy's just old, he's 62 years old. He wants to, he wants to go sailing. He wants to travel around the world, and he's unfortunately, like a lot of business owners, he's built this business where he is he's both the manager day to day, and he's he's both the manager day to day, and he is the salesman. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm going to pop down. Just gotta. I'll still be here. I'm going to just give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Thought I was getting a message there, but when you when we talk about all of this stuff, it's yeah, there's a lot of businesses out there right now that, quite simply, the owners are aging out, the kids don't want it. This specific instance, I think another reason why this guy is leaving the business, so to speak, is because, kid you not, he got a divorce, and he had to pay out his wife, and because of that, he I think he's lost a taste for the business. I think he just wants to retire and go sailing and hang out and be a cool dude. Oh, where am I at? There we go. Shout out to the ranchers. Yeah, absolutely. You know that I never realized how much money there was in actual ranching, like ranching, until I started kind of looking into it. There's actually a ranch for sale here in Tennessee that it looks to be like a really good business for someone. Now it's expensive to start. The land value is about 5.5 million, but it's 500 and some odd acres to start, and then they have a hotel, guest cabins, an A-frame guest house, and some other things where they're doing events and weddings and rentals and all of that kind of, and getaways and things like that, things of that nature. They have horses and they do cows, and it's a really, actually, I think it's a pretty good deal. I mean, the land alone's worth pretty much asking. And then and there's an option to lease an additional 480 acres, which gives you right at 1,000 acres. And it'd be a great, for somebody that wanted to be a rancher, maybe a team, maybe a group of people who wanted to go in. You have one guy run the ranch and one guy run the hospitality and event side of it, and maybe a couple of investors. I mean, it'd be a great deal for somebody. That's for sure. Anson Knowles says, divorce takes the purpose away that you have for grinding to improve. I sympathize with this guy. Yeah, I mean, I really do believe that that's part of it, right? Like, that's the real thing. I think that when it comes down to it, I think the guy just wants to go sailing now. All right, welcome, Mikey Balls. Mikey Balls, one of my favorite guest host. Apparently missed something that Imperius said, because Imperius, how many FBAs can I enslave on 1,000 acres? Would you say can? That's right at plantation size, so you'd have to look that up. But you would be a legit plantationeer at that point. You would. you would be pretty cool. So, yeah, but the question's always asked, why would you get back in? Why would you put yourself through it again? Why would you do it? And it's just absolutely that I can't stay still. I can't be bored. Um and I really believe that if the Rolling Stone gathers no moss, never grow up, you never grow old. I believe in those things because I look at my brother who works a factory job, does the same thing every day. His main excitement in life is to go play frisbee golf or ride his Harley, and he looks older than me. Nobody believes that I'm the older brother. So it is pretty it's pretty interesting, pretty terrible at the same time. Mikey Balls has rated us. Way to go, Mikey Balls. Insane Wheels. Glad to see you guys here. If you haven't caught up yet, we're kind of continuing the discussion last night where I was talking about the owning a business, buying a business, and why we do that. We're going to talk a lot of business today. I'm just kind of let off of that just because I had a question come in via email, which I got this morning. I didn't get it last night. That why would I do it again? Right. I already sold businesses. I said, I'm like, best day of my life was when I did that. Why would I do it again? Well, the reason I would do it again is because I can't sit still. I can't not do it. And the opportunity's there. Right. Mikey Balls, there's nothing wrong with riding a Harley at all. I and everyone else that owns stock in oil companies appreciate you, sir. Just never stop leaking. I guess I don't know. I actually I've never owned a Harley. I've owned a bunch of motorcycles. I've never owned a Harley. I don't think so. It is what it is. But yeah, there's no crybabies over here. We don't allow any crying. This is adult chat hour. So if you get offended, do the right thing. Go, get up from the table, go to the restroom, cry, dry your eye, and come back to the big boy table. Do it right. Yeah, I don't remember who gave you that membership either, Steve Posey, but it was probably Seriously Shelby, who we miss a lot. Seriously Shelby, went basic right, and and he will hopefully be back soon. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Whoever just did so, Straight Jacket 5150. All right, cool, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, and Anson Knowles is right. Entrepreneurs have bought, built, sold, all of that. It's just normal for entrepreneurs. It is an entrepreneurial it is a normal thing for entrepreneurial spirit. I see Glare is back. You would like a 1976 Porsche 911S Targa. So here's the thing, sir. I don't like Targas. Like 76, not a bad year. I would personally have picked the 72 or 73 RS. That's my favorite Porsche of all time, and I did work on them. I was a Porsche racing technician, and I still own a Porsche racing car that's in a bunch of different pieces. Actually, it's missing a lot of pieces right now, so it's a real thing there. So what, you just want a Dyna? Is that a Dynaglide? I'm not up on the Harley thing. I did just buy. I now have a match set of Honda CB. I have a 554 and a 354, 4 cylinders, and I have a match set now. I just got the 350 a couple of weeks ago, so and it's all ready to put back together. Nick, Vengeful Truther just became a member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Guys, consider becoming a member. It's only about $5 a month, and it does help me out. And you get some benefits, and they're going to be more. Merch is coming. I keep harping on the merch guy, but it is the holiday season, so I am the lowest member on that totem pole for sure, 100%. Angel Berber says, grid. Everyone is different when it comes to staying busy and productive, and you derive some productivity from making money, but there are many things um, productive that don't include making money. That is true, but money is how we keep score a lot of the times. So, you know, it is what it is. That's weird. I don't know if maybe they have them disabled. I don't know how that works. Um, so yeah, I'm on the fence about the Singer cars. On the one hand, I think they're really cool, and I think what he's doing is has some merit. It's very similar to what I did back in the day, but not as much. And it's I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I miss my Honda CB750 Big Jake's Ranch. I miss that. Dude, it was such a great bike. I've actually had a lot of Hondas. I don't even like Honda, but there's something about their bikes. I think their bikes are okay. I currently have I have a CB9 pardon me CB600 F4, not an F4i, an F4. It's carbureted. I have a Kawasaki Z1000R. I have a single cylinder 250. That's just a Chinese bike. I think it's called a Venom 250, something like that. Whatever. I have a Benelli 135. That's my kid's bike, and I have what's that other thing over there? I have the two Hondas. I had the CB 350, CB 450. There's another one over there. What is it? I'm drawing a blank. There's a. Yeah, I'll remember. But I just, I like motorcycles. I enjoy riding them, and that's how it is. So, Julie Mumford, good to see you in the chat. I'll try and keep it somewhat PG, but no guarantees. No guarantees. This is an adult stream. It says so in my disclaimer, which didn't show today for some reason. One area of Anson Knowles' work of the years was business startup and sale consulting. This is 2 streams in a row where you are talking about my work again. Yeah, it's true. And actually, Anson, it's weird. It's funny you say that because my wife has reached out. My town has an SBA consultant and a small business and entrepreneur support network team that my city government helps with. It's really, really awesome. I wasn't well, hang on, Mikey Balls. I got you, bro. This is I got to do this just for Mikey Balls. Just stand by. I'm going to disappear.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning, the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
All right, Mikey Balls, you've been warned, sir. You've been warned. So, but yeah. So, Mikey, you've got your warning sign. The label is up, and that's funny. Jesus drove a Honda, but he didn't talk about it. Can get a loan. No, I don't really do loans, guys. So Mikey is now in a safe space. He's good. That's flawless. That's flawless. Yeah, I've had a lot of Hondas, man. I don't know why, because I don't even particularly. I actually really like Kawasaki's. I've had a couple of Kawasaki's over the years, and I've had uh what's that other thing I had? I had a Suzuki for a while. I had a FJ, which is it's a weird bike. I never had a Gixxer. I wanted one. I just never could be that. Honestly, I just couldn't be that. I don't know, gay maybe. I don't know. And I had a 900 RR Honda, the Fireblade, and that was one of my favorite bikes. That thing had so much torque, man. It was like it was an older bike, obviously, but it was just so cool. And the guy that had it before me had polished the entire frame to a mirror bright finish. It was just, man, it was cool. I'm trying to buy a Buell, um, but all the ones I've looked at here locally have just been trash, dude. I mean, just I take one look at them and I'm like, this is I can't do this. I can't do this. Yeah. So yeah, I just can't get into the Harleys, guys. I just I'm sure they're great, but I just can't get into them. Maybe one day when I get a little older, when I grow up, I'll get one. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with the weird bikes. Yeah. I get Mikey balls. I understand I understand Mikey. Mikey wants to, feel like he's cruising down the street in his easy chair, right? He needs his recliner. He's got his soda over here, or in his case, beer. The guy drinks beer like it's going out of style. Um, but yeah, yeah. So that's cool. That's all right. That's all right. I don't know how we got off on motorcycles, but that was cool. I like that. Um, so yeah, yeah, Honda for the win. I don't really know why I like them. I really don't. Taking your moped. I had a Suzuki GT 550, which was it was a two smoker triple air cooled. It was rad, man. That thing was really cool. Um, that's It was just awesome. I'd really like to find another one in good shape. I looked for a long time to find the two that I had, and I just couldn't figure it out. Steve Posey, see, I'm in that group, man. I am in that group. We got $1.99 coming in from Glare One Percenter. It's Twisted Teas, Grid. He likes Twisted Teas, really? Man, I thought he liked girls. Ah. Well, you think you know a guy. You think you know a guy. And yeah, yeah. See, I can't get into ultralights. I will fly in very light, small airplanes, but ultralights, there's something about ultralights that I just can't get there. Um, so maybe later. Um, yeah. Effing epic. You should. You should. So Anthony Knowles, you hit on something here that see, this is a problem with this. So I love everything about this business that we're going to discuss today. I've got a meeting in just a little bit, really. I love everything about the business, man, except except the fact that the owner handles all of the scheduling and most of the sales, and that the one person can't do two jobs as effectively as two people, and that is just it's just what it is. So I've had trucks, but I only had trucks to actually, trucks actually needed to work. So let me see. I got a picture for you, Mikey Balls. You're gonna like. Let me see if I can find it really quick, and you're gonna like this. I know you're gonna like it because it's cool, like me. I can find that. You might have seen it. I doubt it, but maybe we'll see. So I've owned all kinds of trucks, man, but I owned semis for a while, and I just didn't like it, to be honest with you. But so let me throw this over here, and we'll hit that. Yeah. All right, Mikey Balls. I like trucks too, man. I sold this truck to my nephew who promptly destroyed it. But it was cool, man. It was cool. So here you go, Mikey. Um, there's my that's my truck and trailer. Now the trailer, that's a 52-foot trailer. So yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, I got I got tired of the semi. I got tired of the semi. I went back to a dually and the trailer. So my semi trailer was 48 foot long. My this trailer is 52 feet long. Yeah, yeah. That it is. It's the biggest you can legally get. Over the road, it was set. It was right at the limit of 70 feet long. Like that was. I was pushing the legal limit, truck and trailer together. So, yeah, yeah. It was pretty cool. It was pretty rad. Um, but I put three cars in it. Although normally we had two race cars, the high jet, toolboxes, tires, all the stuff you need for a weekend of racing. So it was legit. And somebody stole that. Believe it or not, some jackwad kid you no shit stole the not that truck. They stole the I had a extended cab, and then I had the 4-door. They stole the extended cab, not the crew cab, but it looked exactly so exactly the. I mean, you wouldn't know to tell. Only I, because I extended cab. The truck and trailer, somebody stole it. They must have taken out because you can't just be anybody and drive that thing around, right? And they must have taken out a Honda or two because they destroyed the trailer. Like they literally, it was a write off. It was trash. It was done. So yeah, it was rough. It was really rough. So, but yeah, there you go, Mikey. I like trucks, but cars are more my thing. So I'm not sure what you guys got going on in the chat. Seems like somebody's. I don't know what's going on. So, Mikey, what did you talk about on your show today? Did you have you been following any of the news? Or we talk about somebody blowing stuff up? What are we talking about today? I'm missing a conversation with Julie. What's going on, Julie? Mikey, I sent you a link. You can pop up if you like. Are you having air conditioning trouble, Julie Mumford? I'm actually that's another business we're going to talk about too later this week is HVAC. Broken fridge. Just buy another one. I've never had any luck getting a refrigerator replaced. It's just cheaper to have the old one hauled off and buy a new one. Yeah, that's the problem is you lose a lot of food. Yeah, I actually had a buddy of mine went out of town and his freezer malfunctioned, shorted out or something, popped the fuse, and he lost like a lot of meat that he had gotten hunting, and so it was terrible, man. It was really bad. So, yep. All right, Mikey Balls is in the back room. Give me 1 second. There we go. Done deal there. Okay, go back. Mikey Balls in the house again, sir. Good morning or afternoon.
Good morning. Yeah, good afternoon to you, kind sir.
Yeah, you're in Alabama, so I keep
Yep.
thinking you're still over there in the California land. But
Nope.
no,
Nope. Thank God.
good. Yeah.
I'm in God's country now.
Yeah. And God, what? So, how far down south in Alabama are you?
I'm in Coleman, man. So I'm right here at the border.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, you're probably like an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah.
What's that?
I know where you're at. I'm about hour 50, hour 40.
Hour and 15. That sounds right. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Depending on how you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I get down to Alabama every once in a while. I shoot a match down in Alabama a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
up
something
this
that I
way.
want to get started here. I mean,
Yeah.
I've only been here for 6 months. So
Okay. Yeah. Julie Mumford, if it's only 2.5 years old, it may still have some warranty left. I think most appliances have 60 month or 36, something like that. Check it out. So drinking early, huh?
well, I had a wild chat this morning.
Oh yeah, what happened?
They forced me to drink, you know?
Oh yeah, of course. That's what
Yeah.
they do. They forced you. They came
Yeah,
by.
they forced me because
got the
of
funnel out.
their childish behavior this morning. I just
Yeah.
couldn't handle it. I was like, you know what? You guys do you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick back here, watch it all happen.
Yeah. Tennessee is God's country. Alabama's like
Don't talk shit now.
where you send that sister to go get married.
Oh shit. All right, all right. All right. Well, I can't really like refute that. So it is
Yeah.
what it is, man. Culture's culture.
Oh, it's funny. It's only funny because there's such an element of truth to it. There's such an element of truth.
Shit. Yeah, we're just dropping just all sorts of fucked up shit right now, aren't we? Unreal.
Alabama's I actually been trying to buy a place down in Gulf Shores, but every time I start to look seriously into doing it, it gets like half destroyed.
Really?
Yeah, they get a hurricane or whatever.
Damn, that's
come through.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
it's really
I was
weird.
just down there. I was down there in July. I was down there in I'm trying to remember September, I think the last time I was down there
I
at
think
Orange
we got
Beach and all
GPS
that.
through.
Mr.
Nice.
Boulay and the Department of Numismatics donated $10 super chat. I wasn't born in this state, but those are fighting word grid.
I'm sorry, brother. I have to keep it real, though, man. I have to keep it real.
Hey, roll tide, baby.
I have to keep
Forget
it
what
real.
everyone else says.
I'm going to re-trigger that so we hear it without the echo. It may take a minute to re-trigger. We'll see if it re-triggers. It's a really nice state, to be honest with you. And
Beautiful.
one of the nicest things about it is it's kind of, there we go. It's re-triggering now. No echo.
Mr. Bulle and the Department of Numismatics donated $10, super chat. I wasn't born in this state, but those are fighting word grid.
It's not really a fighting word, though, because, there's such an element of truth to it. Anson Knowles says his family was among the founders of White County, Tennessee. They wised up and moved to the heart of Dixie 120 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
They have real swamps in Alabama. We don't have those in Tennessee, but they have real ones in Alabama.
I've yet to see that myself.
You got to go a little further south.
Yeah. I've only been down south like that, like a handful of times.
Yeah. Like I said, I really do want to buy I know why you moved to Huntsville.
Man, Huntsville is
I know why because you're really close to the Barber Motorsports Park.
So I went there 2 years ago when I first flew here to visit with my sister. And that was like insane. I actually had a little video on Instagram that went like viral because of it. But anyways, specifically here because this is the next Huntsville. You know what I mean? And it's a big investment, And this is a palace here. There's 3 addresses here on this one property. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's it's and a 15-acre lake.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's a palace, dude.
Yeah. Compared to California for sure.
Oh, dude. I'm used to being stacked on top of each other. No one even everyone's got blinders on. They don't look at you in the face. And nothing. They're
what? So
you'll never know your neighbor.
Like a 5th floor walk up though, right?
No, for me, I lived in a house. I made decent money.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But I speak for the majority.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What's that?
I just meant I speak for the majority of those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it, man. What's up, Fredo Fonzarelli? Good to see you in the chat. It's going to be a chiller stream today because I got a lot on my mind. I'm actually while I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually thinking about how this meeting is going to go to buy this business, and we may not buy it. We've got 3 or 4, and every morning I find another one, and I'm like, yeah, that would probably be a good one. But
well, it's got to be hard not to pounce on good opportunity when you see it.
Yeah. Well, there are key things, right? Like we started talking about a little bit about last night. There are key things that need to be there. And because there is a plan in place, right? So, but yeah, so I'm really curious. So your sister moved here from California and then you followed her out?
So she came out here. I'm trying to remember what year. It was probably like 2018 or something like that.
Okay.
But she moved here permanently for college. And so she went and she's now a vet, licensed vet and all that. And now she works for the state of Alabama. And she does like the big audits on like all the, like the zoos and stuff like that, which are like crazy. But nonetheless, she was here for school, fell in love with the place, but had like this, I miss home because all my family is in California, moved up into Northern California because that's really the only place that she could afford. And then after like 2 years, she's like, you know what? I'm going right back to Alabama. And so then we followed, my parents followed, and then I followed after that. So everyone kind of moved out here, like the whole
So
family.
your whole family's out here.
Yeah. Yep.
I got you. Okay.
Except for, sadly, and I'll just disclose it, except for my daughter.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That's gotta be rough, man.
That's something that's a struggle every day.
Hmm. Is it? So I'm trying to be really sensitive here.
No, it's cool.
Is it
I'm straight
better
with it.
for her to be where she's at, or would it? Do
No,
you think it would be better for her to be with you where you're at?
100% better to be with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
If I had
And
it
is
my way too,
that on the
as
table,
well.
or is that
No,
is
it's
that
not
off
on.
completely off
It's
the table?
completely off the table.
Hmm. Okay.
I'll have
Well,
to
I'm not
win
gonna
on.
pry into your
I'll
business,
have to
man.
win on the back end.
Yeah. I did not know that, man. I mean, I kind of knew that you had a. I think you mentioned that you had a daughter before,
Hmm.
but I didn't know the situation. And I don't. Look. I mean, in theory, it's my job to ask questions, but
Of
I don't really
course. No,
pry like
I
that.
respect though that you're like, hey man, I give a, I care about the situation, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. That's you got to get. Is it that you lost a legal battle, or and look,
No,
man,
no,
don't you don't have to.
it didn't go into a lawsuit or anything
Mm,
to where it went into court or anything. It didn't. Um, it just is the state that I came from,
hmm.
California.
Yeah.
It's unbeatable where if I leave the residence where I was there for 29 years, I'm
Hmm.
the one that made the decision to come here and establish a life here. I can't force her to come here.
Right.
And I can't force her mother to make that happen. It's just not going to happen.
Mm,
She has the power in that state.
yeah. And she doesn't want to move.
No, unwilling.
Totally unwilling. Okay.
Not going to happen ever.
So are you again not trying to pry, man? You can tell me if I'm going too far. Or just
I got you.
just be cool, right? Um. So is it? Has she just like totally moved on, or is she just kind of like, Mikey, you dirty bastard, moving to the South? Why did you do that? You fucked everything up. She
No,
just.
me and her split up for 5 months before I had moved out.
Mm,
So I actually stayed there 5 months longer than I wanted to just
mhm,
to house her and the kid. You know what I mean? Like, because
yeah,
I wasn't going to allow my child to be on the fucking street. It's not going to happen.
sure.
And even though me and her mother had our differences, that's irrelevant when you have a child in the picture. So I'm like, okay, well, do everything you can to now getting approved for an apartment in California is like near impossible. Um, and she had a lot of baggage to follow her, so it made it really hard. So her moving out was a whole ordeal, and so
Yeah.
it took 5 months.
Why wouldn't she move to Alabama where life is just simpler, easy?
Just some people just are not going to get down like that. They just don't. Like for me,
Life on easy mode, man, needs to be.
I
I
don't
mean,
I don't
why would you do?
understand why people wouldn't want to go for this,
Yeah.
but they're insane in my opinion. Like,
Well,
wouldn't you want to get away from that?
if it just depends, like if her whole life is there and she just, the partying and or the nightlife or the day life or whatever, the malls or whatever it is that she does, if that's the only place it is, then I can almost look, I understand it. I don't agree with it. I understand it. Just like one of the reasons we have a place in outside of New York is
Mhm.
outside New York City is my wife likes New York City. She just likes it. So I go there as little as possible.
Right.
Just
No kidding.
point blank. I don't go there unless I absolutely have to. Why would
Have
I?
to.
Why would I want to go there? But you know, um, but she likes it, so we accommodated that as soon as we could, right? But I knew, um, and we had talked about moving to Tennessee years before, but it was just not going to be in the cards. So
Mm.
So what? Oh man, that's tough, man. So well, I mean, does she? Dude, I don't want to pry too much. I'm like,
You're
eh,
good, Grid. It's
that's
okay.
just, what does she have, like a great job or something that just
No,
can't be duplicated,
no,
or
no.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
server type shit. Yeah.
It's tough,
Mm-hmm.
man. It's tough to. It's
Mm-hmm.
tough to. It's tough to. Um, it's tough to kind of come to grips with, man, because in my head I'm going, why wouldn't somebody want to move out and keep the family together, even if you just got her an apartment and all of that. I mean, you know,
Totally unwilling.
but I'm going to assume that all of her friends are there and she just has a crowd
Family there
with
too. Yeah.
family. Yeah, yeah, but we have these cool things now. Called airplanes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they fly every day.
That's what I say, but
You know, so
is what it is.
that's well, that's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear about your child. That sucks 100%.
No, I appreciate it, but it is
Um,
what it is, right? We all have our issues.
everybody has issues of some kind.
Of
There's
course.
no
You can't get around that.
yeah, there's no um yeah, there's just nothing. Can't sometimes you just can't reason with people, right?
No, you can't.
Are we not men? She got bored of that nub. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I got no idea. So
Sure. Stop the cat.
yeah.
Hey, listen, I can throw a bitch into 19 more positions than you can. So relax. You know what I mean? Trust me. I got
I heard
some
you say
crazy
that the other
powers.
day. I thought that was.
I got some crazy powers. Women
I
don't get tired of this.
I heard you say that the other day. I thought that was just hilarious. It was like ridiculously funny that you said that. It was really funny. Uh, yeah. So, uh, for better or worse, Cali women only want better. That's facts.
Yep.
You find out
Yep.
when the money is gone, the women are gone. That is
True.
facts.
True.
That is
It's
so
very
facts.
superficial.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's
Yeah.
so. Now you're still in contact. You do the Zoom
100%.
thing every day and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, cool.
Nonstop. Yeah. I mean, if I wasn't in the picture, she wouldn't even be in her apartment right now. She wouldn't be able to
Oh,
afford it.
I see. Oh, you're talking about yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on a minute. I understand paying for your daughter's care, right?
Mm-hmm.
Food, clothing, that kind of thing. But you're telling me
Without my contribution,
that you are also paying
not the entire thing. No.
enough.
Enough
You're
to be
making up
said.
the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Is it significant? Is it we talking about like a couple of bucks?
No, we're talking, probably like $1,000 a month on extra of what I'm supposed to do.
Well, I mean, it's California, so you're probably how's your child?
2 and like almost
Ooh,
2.5.
man, that's rough.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's expensive.
So I'm gonna guess the state dings you for like 650, 700 a month.
I have yet to completely go through the system yet.
Ah,
I do everything on a personal basis.
I see.
And so she's never forced the whole hand to go
Mm,
like, hey, we're going to court, we're doing this.
mm,
But I way
yeah,
overpay what the minimum would be. You know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah. That sucks, man. That sucks. It's hard to get ahead when you've got that hanging over you. You know,
That's totally a truth.
on both sides.
Totally.
So that's rough, man. That's rough.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah.
That's real life.
Yeah, no, man, it sucks, dude. I just, It's a rough one, man. And I've watched dudes go through this over and over again, where they're like they want the best for everybody involved and just for whatever reason.
The guy gets pummeled every time.
Well, I mean, let's just face it, the legal system is on her side,
100%.
in that state anyway. And
100%. Yeah. If she was
yeah,
in this state, a little different game. But
right. That's probably why she won't visit, just to throw that out there. So, I mean, the real problem is going to be in about 3 years when California starts corrupting her. So that'll be the real problem.
I know.
So
Something that I worry about every day.
yeah, no kidding, man. I bet. Yeah. Vengeful Truther, you're in Canada, aren't you?
Canada. That's right. Trigger warning.
Yeah.
That's right, by the way. That's why I said I'll win on the back end. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that sucked the oxygen out of the fucking room.
Yeah. What happened to you guys?
Yeah.
You know, I got a perfect
it's a
one.
sobering subject, man.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, we got a little damage.
It's a sobering subject, right? Like, it's
Yeah,
one thing
but
to sit up
here's to
here.
that.
It's one thing to sit behind this microphone in front of my camera and talk about how, women fuck men over and how,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fortunate, right? But not all men are, and by and large, most men are just going at some point to have the woman that they cared about repeatedly pummel them
Mm-hmm.
about the head and nuts, right?
Totally.
And and dudes get honestly, a lot of dudes get fucked for life. Like,
Totally.
they never recover mentally, emotionally,
And
career never
that's
recovers.
the part that's really sad is
Yeah,
those guys specifically. Like for
yeah,
me, thank God that I never had that mindset. It's like, all right, like I'm off. See ya. Like
yeah,
doesn't affect me one way or another. Like, let's go.
yeah. Kevin says there were points when my marriage was on the rocks and we were close to divorce while my son was still young. All of this was a big concern for me, and a lot of the reason I stayed was to avoid it.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's unfortunately the truth. The interesting thing is, I heard this thing the other day. I was talking to a buddy of mine, an acquaintance. We don't, we're
mhm,
not, we don't go to dinner together or anything like that, right? We're not, he's an acquaintance, but we're kind of in similar positions, right? He's an old, he's about my age. He might be a year or two younger, but and I know him through some car stuff, and we've never really talked like about anything significant, right? And he was telling me he's about to change his whole life. Like, he's about to, like, probably not have any money for a while. He's doing some serious shit. And he told me point blank, he's like, man, he's like, I think my wife probably leave me. He's like, this is going to be bad because she's not going to want to downsize into a two-bedroom house or apartment, right? They have a really nice house now, and all of these things. And he was telling me about how when he a couple of years ago, I don't know how long ago. I'm just he said a couple of years. I think it's been longer than that. Doesn't matter. And he was saying that, um, he was ready to leave her and just take the hit, right? Just he's like, I was ready to live in a car. He's like, I know I can live in a cardboard box. He's like, I don't care. I'll live. I'll have a roommate.
yep.
I
That
will.
was
I
my
will live.
mentality. Yep.
I can do anything. I will rebuild. I will be fine. But then at that point, I think he started thinking about his wife, and his wife can't do that. There's no fucking way. right? Like you throw everything, and this is what I think that women don't really realize. When you throw everything away, yeah, okay, so the dude has to live in a cardboard box, but what are you going to do? You've lost that income, right? You may not be able to attract a man as quick as you think you can, right?
Big facts.
So I don't know. I told him the other day, I was like, sometimes, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes, you should probably just go live in
Pros
a
and
cardboard
cons.
box.
Got to weigh it.
Sometimes you should probably go live in a cardboard box under a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
just saying.
Totally.
The chat kind of went wild there. I wasn't keeping up. I apologize to the chat. So let's see. Now we got Mike may need that pool filled with women and Jello after all. I'm not
My
really
chat
sure.
was going crazy and my side.
I'm not really sure what
Yeah.
what that's code for, but
Just skip it.
yeah, K2 keep on trucking after watching Taylor the Fiend. It's just not worth to get married. So here's where I think that's wrong. I think Taylor the Fiend is wrong about this. I think that it's worth getting married for men. It's not worth it. It's really, I think that women think that they have a leg up, but do they really? Because a lot of them think that they're going to get all of this money. They're going to get 50% of your earnings. They're going to be able to sit at home and cash a check from you every month. But the reality is that unless you've been married like 20 or 30 years, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get alimony. And even then, you're not going to get lifetime alimony. Most states, except for California and I think Colorado, have done away with lifetime alimony. Florida famously just got rid of it last year.
Mm.
So if you're and one of the things Taylor the Fiend does a great job of is showing these women just crush their entire lives crushed because they believed that divorcing their man and playing into the scenario, doing that was going to get them this big payday. It was going to be worth it. It was going to be killer. And what they come to find out is, yeah, okay, they get a few bucks, but that's it. And now they don't have a dude anymore. They don't have a house, right? A lot of times the house just gets sold, right? And now the court ordered sale, you don't get as much in a court ordered sale usually. So, you get your little chunk of change, and he gets his little chunk of change. He goes on about his way because he can still go make money. And men will live in a cardboard box under a bridge. And
Yep.
I had a very wealthy friend of mine, and he was a software guy. He ran a company doing software stuff in Boulder, Colorado, which is really stupidly expensive anyway. And him and his wife separated for a while. He went and lived in an apartment, and they separated for a while because I guess they just weren't getting along or whatever. And I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like well, I mean, he was a liberal, or he is a liberal. So
Shit.
he might
Caught in
even
the
be a
crystal.
communist. Yeah, might even be a communist. But at any rate, he we were talking about one day, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't really like talk about it, but he was actually a client of mine. He wasn't a buddy; he was a client of mine." And he's like, "I don't like to talk about it, but I'm separated from my wife, right? And I'm living in an apartment, so I hate to go by the house unannounced and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Whatever." And but yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, man. It's I think for men, I think marriage for men, except in California, Colorado, and maybe Connecticut, New York, somewhere like that, marriage for men, I mean, honestly, women are um marriage for men's a better deal, right? Um but and the tide is changing. Ghost 1978 is right. It used to be that family courts and divorce courts ruled in favor of the women most of the time, but not anymore. And more, the divorce courts will sit there and look at that woman and understand that she's a lying sack, and they'll side with that dude as long as he's not being. Here's a problem though: the most popular examples are always dirtbags. Right? They're always the guy that has like 4 baby mamas he's shacked up with one girl long enough to actually get married. So he's got 4 kids by 4 women that he never married, one or 2 kids by the woman he did marry, and he's got this history of being a douchebag. And then he goes to court and gets railed, and rightfully so. He's a douchebag,
Right.
right? Like that's
Rightfully
what
so.
rightfully so.
Right.
He goes in and
I'm
he
all
says,
about rightfully so, but it's a lot of guys that are good guys, like in California, for instance, that get
Mhm.
steam railed.
yeah. Well, again, California is another country, dude. You should need a passport to go back and forth.
No kidding. I know.
Just
I
saying.
know. You don't have to tell
When we
me.
build the wall, we can turn right at Arizona. Just go straight up. And I mean, it's that's just the way it is. And but I think that most men, I don't know a good way to say this, man. Most men
Suck.
most good men lack the confidence to do what's necessary,
Mhm.
and they have and I'm look, real no bullshit talk here. If you're a 30-year-old unmarried man, you should not marry, or you should not even look at 30-year-old unmarried women.
I agree.
You need to look at 25, 24, 23, 22-year-olds.
Totally.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
I'm 29.
Yeah. You should
Exactly.
not be dating 30-year-old, because
Nope.
30-year-old women, most of them have been married, they've got a kid, they're divorced, they
Comes with
have a
baggage.
lot of baggage. They come with a
Baggage.
lot of baggage. And you just can't, dude, I went through it, bro. I was 35, 34, and I started dating. I was dating women 30, 32, 34, 35, 36, 38, whatever. And I'm like, these are the most mental people that I've ever talked to in my life. And they would flagrantly do foodie calls where
I
they
get
just
you.
go to dinner, look, you guys, and Brian on whatever says this all the time, right? He's like, you know how you meet, like, of course I was doing websites, now you guys are using apps, but you meet, chat with this chick, says, okay, let's go have dinner. You go to dinner. A lot of times they want you to pick them up because they don't want to drive. They don't want to use their gas,
Yep.
right? They don't want,
And
no,
right.
fuck, no, So pick them up. You drive them to the restaurant. They have dinner. They order enough for fucking 2 people because they are,
Consumers.
and they get that big ass doggy bag, go home, and you walk them out to the car. You get in the car. No kiss on the way. No whole hand holding. None of that. Usually, it's about weird, stupid ass conversations, right? Too, about all kinds of just not, and if they even talk, right? And then you drive them home, walk them to the door. You get that ass out, friend of your sister's hug, right?
Mhm.
And they never call you again. They got what they wanted.
Shit.
Got what they wanted, bro. They got a nice meal out.
Listen, I understand that's
I
the
have
most.
done that, Anson Knowles. I have
I
done
know
that.
that's the most part. Here's the thing. I'm 29. I've
Mhm.
never dated anyone under 23,
Mhm.
and every one of the women I've ever been with, like for real,
Yeah.
I slept with on the first night.
I don't. I mean, I don't find any.
You know what I mean?
I don't find any fault in that. But I'm just telling you, man. If you're going to, I mean, for men right now, for men, like, and I don't know how old K2 Keep on Trucking is. I saw his comment about how hard it is. Yeah, can't even get to the restaurant. Well, we may have to. It may be a game issue, bro, or a hunting zone. That you may have to change. You may have to change something up. But I'm just telling you, man. I've watched this over and over and over, and it plays out the same time where dudes try and date in their own age group when they're older,
Yeah, that's not a
and
good
it
idea.
just dude, it just doesn't work. It just
Not a
doesn't.
good idea.
Yeah, right. It just doesn't work. So especially if you've never been married before, and I'm specifically talking to the dudes that have never been married. They were working hard. They were trying to build a career.
And you're trying
They,
to now build a family,
yeah, now
like
they have
not
time. Right now
yeah.
they have security. You know, whatever. Now they have a little bit of money because maybe before they just didn't have the money
Yep.
to date, or they didn't have the
Haven't
confidence, or they didn't have the
both.
confidence because they didn't have the money. Right?
Right.
They didn't.
Both.
Yeah, and so that's a so dude, it's weird, man. It's an interesting, but it's not. It's I think it's the same environment we've been in for a long time, right? Like people act like this is new, but yeah, I was going through this 20 years ago.
Right. This isn't
You know?
like nothing new.
Yeah,
Right.
um,
It's been a thing.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that. Sorry, I'm sure my wife is going to message me. Um, oh no, FedEx texting me.
Hey,
Weird.
you got to handle business though.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it.
But unfortunately, today it's a business day. I can't be all cool and laid back, and I can't be cool guy streamer today. I got to
Yeah,
be.
I heard you got to wrap up early today.
Well, I thought I did.
Hmm.
I thought I had to end at 1:30 today. Let me double check because let me check
I'm
my
just looking
calendar.
out for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me check my calendar because I do occasionally fuck up and I'm and I will. I'll do something stupid like just forget that I even
Yeah,
have a calendar.
steamroll right through it.
Yeah,
Oh
this
shit. Yeah, I know. Been there, done that a few times.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um what's this 1:30 to 2:30? I do have a 1:30 to 2:30. I may have to jump off here.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten a
It's 1:30 now.
yeah, it's 1:30 now.
Hey man, money doesn't stop for a
Money does
show.
not stop. So, yeah, I'm going to have to jump off folks.
Respectable.
We'll the I'm gonna have to end the stream early today. Normally I go to 3, but I got a lot of business stuff. K2 gross FedEx. What can I say? UPS was here yesterday. K2, K2, man, you keep trying, man. And actually, I just bought a house in Columbus, Ohio, as a
Mm.
rental. So but guys, I gotta knock it out early today. I appreciate everyone that showed up. Appreciate Mikey Balls for the raid. You guys welcome here anytime. I should be back this evening doing a stream on my airplane stuff. It's
Nice.
on a different channel, so you're gonna have to watch for it. I should go on probably around 7 or 8, and we're gonna
Good.
be
Can you
talking about.
post it? Can you post the link on your community tab
Yeah, I'll
on
do it in
email?
I'll do it in a couple of different places.
Nice.
Um, and somebody just messaged me, and I don't even know where the hell they messaged me. Let me see. Somebody was asking me why. I'm really not sure why. They were asking me why. I don't. That was weird.
Popular guy.
Yeah. Um. So raid Jim Bob, huh? Jim Bob never raids me, but
That'd be
maybe
nice. That'd be nice, right?
that's always. I mean, I'm kind of picking right now. I'm not being too
Hey,
serious.
I get you. I get you.
Um, but yeah. So let me jump out here. Let me check this out. See where we can send the masses where they will do the most damage. I mean, good.
Yeah, that's right. I like damage. Yeah. We're
Let's
destructive
see.
over here.
Grace Thorpe is live. We definitely won't be
Oh man,
doing
no way.
that. Yeah.
What's up, Charles? I see you.
Jen is live. Is interviewing Yeonmi Park. Did you lie? I don't know what that's all about.
Some drama.
Well, yeah, dude's got like 1 million. Guy's got like 1 million subscribers, man. He's
Oh man.
200,000 or whatever it is. It's a lot. I forget
Yeah.
how much it is, but dude's lit. And he was interviewing Destiny one day. That's how I found him, and I was like making fun of Destiny, and then that dude showed up. So let me go ahead and set this up to restream, and then I'm actually really surprised I haven't got an angry phone call from someone saying
You
why am
will
I not-
momentarily.
Yeah, no doubt. Although maybe it got canceled because the broker did not set up right, but it doesn't matter. We've had a great stream today, guys. Really appreciate everyone, every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, that showed up today and made a difference. I can't do the Deadpool voice, so but understand that I'm saying that in the Deadpool tone of, step up and get out there and make a difference. And
That's right.
I can't do that. I can't do voices. Everyone enjoy going over to Jim Bob. He is. It looks very entertaining, whatever he's got going on over there, and it will be a good time for everyone. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and make sure you share the stream around. Bring in your friends and your enemies, because your friends, I'll be their friend. Your enemies, I'll make fun of them for you. I'm good at it.
Nice.
It's how I work. As always, guys, go forth, be cool, wear glasses if you need them, and get off my lawn.
Yeah, I just answered your question. Can you tell me what epistemology means?
Epistemology is the study of the epistles. I mean, you can. I told me that a husband and wife is supposed to be the representation of God and the church. He said he's a husband. I asked him if he sees himself as the embodiment of God, and he said no. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what is the epistles?
The epistles are the apostles. Are you talking about the apostles?
No,